name's Andy. Welcome back to my shop. Today I'm working on the mount for my dust collection system that's going to sit on the other side of this concrete wall in my shed. What I need to do is build something that will support the heavy motor, the cyclone, and dust collection that I can mount to the wall and then secure everything to it. So what I have is this little ladder frame I built, I don't know, probably 10 years ago from a aquarium I used to have. And the space I have on this back wall to work with is really from the edge of this shelving system to about, I don't know, right here, which is the end of the center block behind this trim. On the other side of the door there is no trim, so I can go pretty much right up to the edge. So when I measure that, it's coming out to 24 inches. So I need to cut this frame, which is 31 inches, down to that, kind of take a shot out of the middle, put it back, and then I'm going to mount a piece of plywood on here between these two braces that will support the main weight of it, which will be the motor, and then this will be able to fit on the back side of the wall. From there, I'll drill through the frame here and make some marks where I'll use some all thread and then some basically steel angle iron to support it through this wall. And then in the end, the inlet port of the cyclone should end up around where this blue X is, as that's the side that the Dust Deputy inlet is on. So I'm trying to keep it as close to this shelf as I can, but with enough room to work around it, have some just fidgety space to make things work. So next, let's go outside real quick. I'm going to give you a quick view of the back side of the wall just to see what I had to work with, what this shed kind of looks like, and how I'm going to exhaust it towards the outside. There's an electrical box up top, then you can see the conduit coming out to the left. That's pretty much the border of the space I have to work on between it and the door. So the top will be pretty much at the conduit, and it'll come down, and the ground in here is gravel, so I have a little more space, as you can see, compared to the shop floor, to put the barrel at the bottom. And then my plan is, I said, to exhaust this outside. So if I turn around, this back wall is just plywood, and I'll be able to just cut a hole and probably use some HVAC ducting to pipe it outside, make some sort of trapdoor to keep all the birds and wasps out. So that's pretty much it. Let me go back inside and we'll start working on cutting down that ladder to fit this space. mounted to the frame, bolted down, and I'll show you some pictures of that. You'll see it. What we're actually going to do is we're raise it up. I want to sit it on these 2 feet to basically get it upright, make sure that the motor's not going to fall off, the bracket's not going to break. It'll also let me center the cyclone below the inlet to make sure that the inlet is not going to be interfering against one of the legs here when I get mounted on the wall. With the mounting the motor to here, I actually use some angle iron to put some pressure on the whole wood backer to stiffen this plate, and also put some holes on the back for a chain so I can use a hoist to lift it up, because I don't know how heavy this thing is, but it's hernia wrenching. So what I'm going to do now is take these brackets. They are about 18 inches, 16 by about 11. And with the motor sitting so far out, the middle of the weight is about 11 inches out, and those brackets here are 16. So the center of gravity should be about right here, and hopefully get this standing up. So found some light bolts and some washers in the drawer from extra parts. All I need to do now is just kind of measure out a center line, get these all bolted in, and hoist her up, see what happens. There it is. I'll bring up a little more. Seems to be holding steady on here. Motor doesn't seem to want to fall off. Who knows? So let's see this. Let's grab the cycle. So to give you an idea of kind of orientation, this is going to be the concrete wall in the back of the shop. The hole coming through, hopefully in this general area if I got my measurements right. And then the exhaust is me heading out to the back of the shed to the outside. Yeah? So it's going to look like that. It'll be it's attached to the wall, probably 1, 2, bought a piece of threaded rod today to go through, and then on the back side of the concrete have another piece of angle iron that it'll bolt through to hold it so it doesn't pull through the concrete. Let me show you what I did on the back side here for attaching. So on the top I got a couple, I guess these are 3/8 inch bolts. They're coming through with large washers to distribute the weight, a lock washer and a nut. And down here, I didn't have any more of these lying around. Just a regular, I think it's a 5/16. I had some T-nuts. I backed the plywood with another piece of plywood to add some strength. And it seems to be, it's solid, because this plywood is attached all the way around to the 2x4s and those cross braces. So that looks pretty cool to me. First time I've had it up in this position. So there we have it. So I guess the next step is going to be making sure that the inlet here is square, which pretty much is. I could probably fudge it a little bit. So I don't know if I'm going to have to cut out some material right here. If anything, I'll mark it and just use a jigsaw or something and take that out. And then we'll come in and drill some holes through the top and the bottom here for the threaded rod to go through. Take this outside, actually use the chain hoist to lift it up into place. And with all this weight on the forward side, it's going to hold itself tight against the wall, where I'll be able to kind of level it up somehow and make some sort of mark through the holes I put in here to identify where I'm going to drill through the back wall. So I think we're going to leave it there for now. In the next video, we'll probably go through how we're going to get this attached to the wall, getting I guess a mount outside for that hoist to lift the whole contraption up. Or I guess I could really just unbolt the blower. That'd be the easier thing to do. And drill some holes through the concrete, get that mounted up, and go from there. Thanks for watching.